What's going on, guys? Oh my god, I'm not wearing my sunglasses. It's the end of the world. No, I'm not wearing them because it's 8:38 at night. Hopefully this video will turn out okay. I don't know, I hope it's not too dark. But yeah, I don't wear my sunglasses at night, so that's why. But I decided to do like a last minute vlog here because I've been getting a lot of comments on my recent videos with the build that I've done that's been done to this car, and guys are asking me, you know, most of the people are asking me how much horsepower it's putting down, and I don't know, but I can give you kind of I'd like to say conservative estimate on what it's doing. And as some of you guys might know, if you follow my Instagram, Guitarmageddon ZL1, that I was at Beast Coast Shootout, which was a roll racing event at Maple Grove Raceway yesterday, and I did very well. I ran 10:01s at 142.9 miles an hour, which is awesome. Now, yet that's not a quarter mile from a dig. No, it's not. It is a roll race, and it's also a 1,500-foot roll race. So it's a little more. It's a 180 foot more than a quarter mile. But you start out in around 50 miles an hour at the tree. You're pretty much rolling up to the tree at the drag strip and mashing the gas at I think it's 55 plus or minus 5. Now, not a lot of guys got up to that, but you know, that's just is what it is. It was kind of hard to get up to that speed in such a short distance, but we all managed, and I did run some great numbers and whatnot. Wait a second, we need to get a nice launch here. That was loud as fuck because I was right next to a concrete barrier. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking blow my ears out. If playing music in a heavy metal band at fucking 11 wasn't good enough to blow my eardrums out, this car will. But anyways, yeah, I ran great times. I ran consistent times. I ran 14 times, which was awesome. This car, I beat this car pretty bad. 6 back-to-back runs. I cooled it down a couple times with ice, but other than that, yeah, it ran great. I don't see any signs of any issues of anything, so it was good. I'm really happy about that. But let's talk about, you know, how much how much horsepower this car possibly might be putting down. Before I go any further, though, to answer you guys' question, yes, I am going to put it on the dyno. I'm going to take it to Jeremy Fermato. Some of you guys might know who Jeremy Fermato is. He's from Florida. He comes up here a couple times a year to tune cars, but you got to get him when he comes up, and if you don't get him, too bad. You just snooze, you lose. This guy does magic on type of cars like this, the LSA engine, you know, the CTSVs, he works those, he does the Noobs Vets, he does any type of, I think pretty much any LS build or LS car, he's pretty much a master at. So yeah, I'm very excited to be taking my car to him to have him tune it. It will be on July 18th, so I'll definitely be making a video of that, and we'll be actually seeing what kind of numbers this car does put down. It can only get faster, I will say that. The tune that's on it now that Andy did is great, it's fine, but Jeremy will really tune the car. He's going to tune the transmission, he's going to tune everything, he's going to optimize everything so I get the most power, the best drivability, and stuff like that, so the car can only get faster. So I'm excited about that, so you guys have to stay tuned for that video. But I think I'm going to estimate, I would say around 650 wheel horsepower. And the only reason I say that is because prior to these mods, many of you know I was at 535 rear wheel horsepower. Yes, I've been putting 670 horsepower on my reaction videos. That's crank horsepower. That's not rear wheel horsepower. You know, and I'm not lying. That's pretty much what it is. You figure 20% drivetrain loss on an automatic transmission yields you 535 rear wheel horsepower, right? So that's what I was putting down, and that was just my estimated crank horsepower. Now, with this new set of mods I've done, the cam, the pulleys, the injectors, the heat exchanger, all the springs, the push rods, everything like that, I am going to be estimating rear wheel horsepower 650, which is 115 more than I had before. Now the power that I put down before, 535, that was, I think that was on the conservative side because of the fact that it was a 97-degree day, and I guarantee on a cooler day, it would have made more power. But you know, it is what it is. I'd rather be conservative than overestimate it and be like, yeah, I'm making a fucking 575 real horsepower with fucking bolt-on exhaust. Yeah, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna, you know, I'd rather it be low than high, right? Because I don't want to lie to people of how much power this car is making. But anyways, you know, Andy was telling me that the cam only, if I would have just put a cam in this car, that's good for around 60 rear horsepower, right? Well, that already puts me to 600 with just a cam. Okay. I've also added upper pulley and lower pulley. Okay. Now, some of you guys might not understand the way boost works with the supercharger as opposed to like a turbocharger, but I was running maybe 8 pounds of boost before all this because I had headers and I had no cats, okay? And with headers and no cats, it makes the car less restrictive, right? So what does that do? A boost is a measure of restriction, so that will take the restriction down. In other words, my boost was a lot lower when I had on headers and no cats than stock. Stock, it was probably a little higher, right? It might have been maybe around 9, I don't know. I never really got an accurate reading when it was stock, but I guarantee it was higher. So when I put the headers and no cats on, I automatically opened up the engine more, let it breathe more, put less restriction on it, boost went down. Power went up, boost went down. Now, with adding these pulleys, you know, going smaller on the upper, going bigger on the lower, I'm now driving that supercharger way more, creating way more boost. I am now running, and what Andy had said, if you looked at the gauge that I have down here, it maxes out at 15. That, my analog needle is right above 15. So it's 14 and a half, we're gonna say. So going from 8 to 14 and a half, that is almost double the amount of boost now. So conservatively, 50 horsepower, that puts you at 110. And there we go. There's our number. 110 plus 535 is what? 645. Close enough. 650. And there it is. And like I said, that's not even really tuning the car. Like I said, Jeremy's going to get the most out of this car he can. So, yeah, like I said, I'm estimating around 650 wheel. I'm also estimating more torque than horsepower because this cam is such it's different, you know. It's a different type of cam than like the Brian Tooley cams. Specs are kind of similar, but the way Andy was talking, you know, he was saying it might very well make more torque than horsepower. And honestly, I kind of believe him because the power comes on in this car like right under 3,000 RPM. Like it's like a noticeable difference. You're like going, it's like, all right, well, where's the fucking power? And then as soon as it hits like 2,500 RPM, I'm just like, oh, there it is. I can slam this thing in second gear. We're talking second gear now feels like first gear used to feel like. And that's insane, you know, to have that much torque from second gear to just throw you back. I mean, it pulls, and it pulls all the way past 60. And also, and I just noticed it right there when I was accelerating, you can actually hear the whine of the supercharger a little more now than you could before, obviously because I'm making more boost. Wide open throttle, I really can't hear it because my car is so damn loud now. I mean, it was loud before with this cam, and it's just a totally different animal. But yeah, like I said, 650, but we'll know final numbers on July 18th. So yeah, that should answer some of you guys' questions. Everything else, I mean, you guys want to find out exactly what I did to the car. I'm going to be making a video. I did a little cars and coffee video and some stuff like that, and at the end of that video, I came home and I went through again all the mods that I had done, videoed the engine bay and everything like that, and really delved into what I had done to the car. So stay tuned for that video. That'll be coming out this week, as well as the roll racing event that I did yesterday at Maple Grove. I'm going to be doing a video on that. That'll also be this week, so stay tuned for that. And if you guys have any other questions, please comment below. And if you are stopping by for the first time, please subscribe and have a good day.